Top of the morning to you, lads. I can figure
Ryan
that
the
one out.
Scottish man returns.
That one went over well a couple
Lassie.
weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to Podcast Unlocked, the world's #1 Xbox podcast, episode 212 for September 16th of 2015. I'm Ryan McCaffrey. To my left, the Shark, Sean Finnegan.
Jump.
That's what
He
I was
did
waiting
it.
for. He
He
did
didn't
it.
do it last
He
week.
did it, you
Yeah.
guys. Destin Legary, good to see you.
Hi, everybody.
The increasingly
Casual, friendly greeting.
You've completely abandoned T-shirts. You're button-down man.
Yeah.
Very professional.
Yeah, thank you.
You're up, making everybody up their game around here.
Yeah, good.
Sean-
Sean's wearing a nice shirt
Yeah,
today.
it's sort of a half
Yeah.
button,
Thank you.
little half. What is that? It's like
I don't know.
it's like a T-shirt
I saw it and
polo
I was
hybrid.
like, I think it looks cool, and so I wore it. But you're right, it's difficult to classify because there's no collar.
Yeah.
But there are buttons, but the buttons don't go all the way down.
Right.
I think to be considered a button down, it's got to be one button down all the way and a long sleeve, right?
Can
like
I-
you don't call short sleeve button down shirts button downs, right? I don't know, it's
May I
weird.
suggest a T polo?
Yeah.
Huh?
Tilo.
Nah.
Tilo. I like it.
Maybe. We'll give it a try. We'll see what people think. So yeah, palindrome week. Woohoo! 212.
Yeah.
212.
We made it.
Same forwards and backwards. We'll get another palindrome in like what it'll be. Well, no,
100
actually,
and-
we'll get the Uber palindrome. I guess no, it doesn't make a difference. Just 222
Oh, yeah.
in 10 weeks. Yeah,
And then 232 after that.
yeah. Every 10 weeks for the 200s.
It's almost like every time the middle number. Yeah.
Anyway, Mitch is at TGS, the Tokyo Game Show, partying it up over there. And by partying it up, I mean not sleeping and working a lot.
Yeah, they looked miserable eating that amazing ramen in that
Well,
video
for the
they
first
made.
day,
Yeah.
it did look miserable because their flight got canceled by United, and so they had to fly
Yeah,
out a
yeah.
day late, which we built in a
that's
day
terrible.
for travel, which means they didn't have the day for travel.
Yeah.
So they arrived and then went straight into the show, which,
Yeah.
ooh, that sounds rough.
That's a tough body adjustment on
Oh,
that.
yeah.
'cause
You
it's-
need that
oh, yeah.
one day.
Oh, yeah.
Because
least.
you stay up, you're super loopy, you know.
Yeah.
The best way to do it if you travel internationally is you get there, like sleep on the plane or whatever, but when you get there, do not go to sleep until bedtime.
Right.
You know, like eat dinner and lunch and everything at the same time too.
Yeah.
All that helps
I
your
try
body
that too, and-
reset.
although I've never gone that way. I've only ever gone east.
Have you
towards-
never been to
Europe.
Japan?
Never been to Japan.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's a rough trip because you time travel. Like, you go across
think-
a day.
So I think coming back from Japan is easier than coming back from Germany. Because we do Gamescom and TGS once in a while.
Right.
For me, Japan's way easier. Germany is just like brutal coming back. Or maybe it's the other way around. I'm pretty sure it's Germany. That's worse.
One way is really hard.
I travel so much.
Yeah.
Mr. Fancy.
I know. Look at
Yeah.
you. And then Marty is on vacation. I think he's ice fishing or whatever it is
That's
they
what you do in
do.
Wisconsin. Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll get right to it. There's actually a lot to cover this week, and we don't have a ton of time. Lots going on in the office. The fall season's full on
Oh, yeah.
happening.
Oh, yeah.
People are still playing Metal Gear.
Yeah, you guys are in the middle of a week of just like hardcore Destiny coverage with Taken
yeah.
King stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sean's getting ready for the new raid on Friday.
we're streaming all week. Jose is working on the review, which
Yep.
is
Yeah.
so he's going hard at it every day up until he's trying to get ready for the raid.
Yeah.
On Friday. Well, I guess all of you are, but especially him since he's reviewing it.
My computer's in this weird state of being disassembled because they're giving me a brand new, like, really powerful machine.
Nice.
But it also means I have like this weird side setup right now where I'm like capturing to a little monitor and just logging. That's all I can do. So yeah.
You're like you might as well be working from home remotely at this point.
I didn't even think of that.
Behind the curve desktop.
Yeah, darn it.
You could be chilling in your underwear, playing video games.
Yeah, and-
I do that here. No, I'm just kidding.
And I'm in a weird planning mode where I'm waiting for a couple of big reviews that I'll be working on. So in the meantime, I'm just like planning a whole bunch of stuff that
There's some amazing
we're going to
stuff
start
coming
executing on Friday.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that soon. I'm very excited to talk about that.
The thing about Ryan, if you guys don't know, is that he continually operates about 2 months ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else is like, all right, well, Destiny Taken King is out today. Let's start making content today.
Yeah.
All of Ryan's stuff is like, all right, this is happening months from now.
Because of IGN first.
Well, it's like you can take the boy out of working in magazines,
Oh,
but you
yeah.
can't take the working in magazines
Yeah.
out of the boy. You're in magazines. You're living way in the future because you're working. This was always so dumb with like every magazine ever. You're working on, let's see. So now is actually September.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point in the year, we'd be working on the
November, December
content.
I think the November issue.
Man.
Yeah. Maybe even the December issue, because we did 13 a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because if you just divide 52 weeks in a year by 4, it's 13. So you can get that extra, it would be called a holiday issue, which would just come out right at the end of the year there. And but yeah, so I was always living in the future back then, and I guess subconsciously that's apparently still what I need to do now. But yeah, one of the projects, Mr. Finnegan, you're involved in.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. And
Can you say what it is?
I will soon enough. I just want to actually do it.
I don't know what it is.
before
I'm curious.
You'll
I think
know.
you know.
You do know.
okay,
You just can't
okay.
think of it.
All right.
But yeah, I want to wait till it's actually done before I
In
start.
the can.
Before I'm, because anything could go wrong between now and when it's supposed to happen.
And if we say anything, it probably will.
Yeah.
Exactly. On that note, we'll be right back and start plowing through all this Xbox news. Be right back. All right, let's kick it off with some news from today as we record here on our usual record day of Wednesday. Rainbow Six Siege. Yes, Destin.
Let's blow the roof off this popsicle stand. I screwed that up. I give up today,
Destin Legary,
everybody.
ladies and
1
gentlemen.
out of 10.
I was going to make a joke about blowing stuff up.
I know.
To transition into
I
Rainbow
saw
Six.
where you were going with
but
that.
then I stuttered. I give up on puck.
Let's C4 through the wall of this popsicle
Yeah,
stand.
there we go.
That doesn't have a wall because it's a popsicle stand.
Apparently there will be 10 popsicle stands
10
at launch.
popsicle stands. Yeah, so 10 maps out of the box for Rainbow Six Siege. Now, Finnegan, have you played Rainbow?
I have not played it.
So, you
Yeah.
and I definitely played a
I've
ton
played
of it.
Yeah.
Not a ton of it, but on a few different
lot.
occasions.
Well, I played the alpha, and I played it in Montreal.
Yeah.
And I've
E3.
played,
Did you play at E3?
I play it like
Wow.
every
Played at
event.
He's
I play
gotten a lot of
match.
hands time on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's been some good opportunity to play it for us.
That always makes me super nervous when there's a lot of hands-on time, but
What?
they're like, and then it's delayed.
For a
Oh,
game,
You know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I was going to say a lot of hands-on time for games like this that are multiplayer focused. That's usually a good thing. You want that. You know?
Yeah, I
because they're just
suppose.
iterating the crap out of it.
Yeah,
which
that's true.
is what you want. But anyway, the point here being, they came out and announced to PC Gamer, they being Ubisoft Montreal, that there will be 10 maps out of the box. More, of course, coming via DLC. But and I immediately read this and went, "Uh-oh!" Like
You don't think that's enough?
well, I think the problem is, as Evolve has taught us, as Titanfall has taught us, you can get kind of a stink on you if you're a game of there's this sort of nebulous crowdsourced decision that decides, oh, that's not enough for $60. And that kind of, that sort of happened with Titanfall. That definitely happened with Evolve. And I worry that that's going to happen with Rainbow, even though, again, let's be super clear, what we've played is really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Super fun game. Not saying it's not worth it, but
well,
I'm
the
worried it's going to get the stink on it.
Yeah.
Because there's no, by all accounts,
There's no mystery is why I worry when they show that much. It's because, like, okay, I've seen everything. Like, I feel like I've played this game
That's part
already,
of it.
you know?
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's how the audience starts getting after seeing this much of it.
I think you're
You know?
onto something there, and the fact that there's no proper single-player campaign that we're aware of. And what I
Yeah.
mean by that, because people started tweeting me like, "What do you mean there's no single-player campaign?" They've been very not dismissive, but they've kind of downplayed single-player. I went and dug up the old quote that I'd been thinking of from like a year ago, and they said, "We were tired."
Can you read it in a condescending voice?
No, I'm not going to do that.
How about a
I'm not
how
gonna
about a
pin
PR
that.
voice?
I don't want to anger any of the anybody PR friends.
Okay.
I respect their jobs.
Okay.
But yeah, this Ubisoft creative vice president Lionel Reynaud.
Wait, did he tell you this?
No,
He
this
told
is
IGN.
a while ago.
He works at IGN.
I know that, but there's a lot of us here. Destin could have not necessarily been specific.
You're losing focus.
I'll stop.
It,
Sorry.
For God's sake. He told us a while ago, we were tired of single-player scripted military missions where things appear triggered by player presence. We want to refresh that. We want the same level of intensity and surprise scripted scenes used to have, but within a multiplayer game. And then this was, I believe Mitch wrote this story with these details. This is now Mitch saying, to that end, this is the information he got from him, campaign missions can be played in any order akin to Mega Man's open-ended level selection.
So there is kind of a campaign, sort of.
But what
Yeah.
it sounds to me, and this is not 100% confirmation, it sounds to me that they're probably just the same maps with some sort of bot objective thing going on. Now,
well, we kind of saw that at Gamescom, the new mode that they revealed. What was it?
Tarot Hunt?
Yeah, Tarot Hunt.
Well, that was E3.
Oh, okay.
Was Tarot Hunt.
It's all a blur.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, we don't know 100% that there isn't some story-driven, cutscenes, characters campaign.
I doubt that.
But all indications from what their own quotes and what we've seen on the game indicate that there isn't. So that's where I'm just saying, between that and 10 maps, and then mode-wise, I mean, there is Terrorist Hunt, which people love, but I worry that this game, as fun as it's been, is going to get that same overexposure kind of not enough content. Like, oh, this is it, and I've already been seeing this, all of this for months.
When they do that, to me, it just feels like a game that's not complete. When there's no narrative piece to the puzzle, it just feels like Dota was free, right? Like that was fan made, right? So like
the first Dota,
yeah, it's like why am I paying money for this thing that doesn't
$60?
Yeah, it seems more like a free to play game where you would pay for new maps or new operatives or something than it does a retail game.
Right.
And Evolve kind of did that. Somebody did the math on Evolve, like you pay a ton of money for all the extra stuff. Hopefully this game does not fall in that trap because I love Rainbow Six.
Yeah, and Battlefront's in the same boat. We've talked about it on the show. That game, has no single-player campaign. It has there's like a two-player co-op thing you can do. And then other than that, it's just the various modes, the 40-player stuff, and there's 12 maps in that game. So... And we've seen this before. This seems to be the pattern of building IPs this generation. We've talked about MVP, minimum viable product.
Yeah.
And that's not to say, I'm not saying this is some evil scheme. I think it's just this is the reality now of next gen games cost just absurd amounts of money and take absurd amounts of time. And I guess the games would just never ship if they had all the usual single-player campaign and 15 to 20 multiplayer maps that they had 10 years ago. I'm not blaming the developers.
I don't want to let them off that easy. We just got Metal Gear, and it's absolutely phenomenal.
But that's not a multiplayer game, and their multiplayer mode.
It's going to be. That's launching later.
Months.
They did it backwards.
Right.
They're like, here's a fantastic campaign. You can get all the mechanics and learn everything, and then in a few months you'll get the multiplayer. I like that strategy better.
I think the approach to a game like Metal Gear is far different than Rainbow Six, right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously they're doubling down on the multiplayer facet of Rainbow Six, which, I actually don't think 10 maps, if all of them are good, and that may be a stretch, right? No slate of maps is ever entirely good through and through. But
Halo 2.
Halo 2,
That's the
Halo.
closest.
10 maps, if 7 or 8 of them are really, really good, that's enough to sustain multiplayer for a long time. But like you said, Dustin, I think at the $60 price point, there is the stigma that you should be getting something more than just the multiplayer. Because games that nowadays do multiplayer really, really well, and that's all they do, are free-to-play games or are really cheap. Like
hey, I can play League of Legends or Dota for nothing.
And look at Halo 5 is out
Smite
on October 27th. It's got a full-blown... What we're told is actually a very lengthy single-player campaign that's playable in co-op, as well as the arena multiplayer and all those maps, plus Warzone, the 24-player thing. And apparently
Warzone's later, though, right?
No, that's Big Team Battle.
Big Team Battle's later,
right? Big Team Battle's later, but it's 20. I think they said 20. It's like 20 maps out of the box for Halo 5.
20.
So
wow.
You can that's the same $60 that Rainbow Six costs.
Yeah.
So when you kind of start to look at it that way, it's like...
And then you got to say, well, that must mean that Rainbow Six's gameplay is really, really good. And I'd be like, maybe it is.
It is.
But better than Halo's? I don't know.
Well,
they're different. They're very different products. I don't think you can compare. Besides the fact that it's an FPS, there's very different stuff going on.
Totally.
Yeah.
I still think you can compare.
I will say, Sean, you make a really good point, though, about if the maps are good. Like... multiplayer maps are always critical to making a multiplayer shooter good,
Absolutely.
But you could argue that they're especially relevant and important in Rainbow Six because of the whole destructibility nature of the game.
They're bringing something new to the way multiplayer works in the first-person shooter.
Yeah.
So if you get 8 really good, or 9 or 10 if their whole slate is good, maybe that is worth whatever it ends up being, $6 a map, right? If it's 10 and it's $60.
This is a $60 retail release, right, Ryan?
Yeah,
it is.
So $6 a map. If they're really, really good, then yeah, maybe. But
Well, you can't. I mean, plus there's terrorist hunt. I mean, that you can't just do the math like that.
We're
No, but
kind
I
of
mean,
spoiled.
yeah.
You know, we get all these fantastic things for free now, and then this comes along.
What are you getting for free? Because everything I see is
Smite, League of
microtransactions.
Legends, Dota.
Okay,
All
well,
those are free.
on PC.
Yeah.
I guess Smite's free to play on Xbox
I think
One.
Counter-Strike is $20. And most of the time it's on Steam sale for like $3.
And that's a fantastic game that is not $60.
I
That
put
has
2,000 hours
Yeah.
into that game.
yeah.
And it's like,
Is that it?
Can
Rookie?
this compete
Yeah.
with? That's a better example. Can this compete with that?
yeah, I mean, I play 7 or 8 maps in Counter-Strike all the time, and that's because they're really, really great maps, and it's because the gameplay is really, really
Yeah.
good. So it's not it's not unrealistic for Rainbow Six to reach the same standard, but at a $60 price point, like you said, Destin, there's this kind of just feeling that like you want the $60 experience, and I'm air quoting for the audio
Yeah.
listeners. The $60 experience traditionally means you get that scripted, big kind of narrative story
Yeah.
cutscenes that kind of tell you something a little bit more cinematic.
And I'm speaking as a consumer, just like somebody who's going to go
which
out and buy this
is
game.
well within your right to
you know,
do.
I don't know why. I just kind of feel like with Evolve, I'm like, I don't really want to buy that game because it doesn't feel like a finished product. And I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it. But that's why, like, I didn't get
Certain
Evolve.
je ne sais destin.
Yeah. I want that campaign experience. I need a narrative experience built into my product. Like Titanfall, for example, was another example of a game that kind of didn't feel like there was everything there.
Right.
You know,
Titanfall's
it was
perhaps the
great.
best example of this. That's
Yeah.
a game that
Yeah.
really could have benefited from like a scripted, deeper story narrative.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, especially considering who designed that game.
Yeah.
The same guys, the same men and women that were
Modern
behind
Warfare.
Modern Warfare 1, a
Yeah.
phenomenal campaign, as well as obviously a hugely successful multiplayer.
I would
shooter
argue
as
that
well.
in terms of Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2, it was the campaign that made that game as famous as it was. Because everyone
Definitely.
jumped in there expecting just it to be another Call of Duty game. They were
Yeah.
blown away, and by the campaign,
Literally.
how
Literally,
awesome
because
it was.
one of your characters crawls out
Yeah.
of a, gets
Yeah.
this helicopter goes down when a nuke goes off, and he
Yeah.
crawls out and is just like,
Yeah.
wait, I'm dead.
And then the multiplayer is even better because of the campaign, I would say, because you have this now context for everything you're doing. I worry that Rainbow Six won't have that deeper sort of foundation to stand on.
Me too. We'll see. And
Yeah.
that demo they showed where like they take your wife or something in the beginning, and
Patriots,
yeah,
the old Rainbow Six
Patriots,
Patriots.
like that got me super excited. That's not happening in any way.
Well, that was
know,
that was canceled and Siege
Oh,
was started.
yeah, I'm saying I'm disappointed. That would have
Yeah.
been a great campaign
well,
experience.
that was only one little slice. We don't know why. Like maybe they couldn't build that out into a cool 6-hour
Full game.
for all we know. But yeah, so Rainbow Six out in December. 10 maps out of the box.
still gonna play it.
Oh,
I'm a huge Rainbow Six fan, so
Yes.
yeah.
It's so much fun, and I can't wait to. I want to see what the other maps are.
Yeah.
I mean, if there are
Garage has
10
to be
maps,
one.
But like, so we saw airplane and we saw house, and I think there's been.
Are these the names of the maps?
Well, those are the names we were told. I don't
Oh,
know
okay.
if
Yeah.
they'll be the final names.
I
They're
really
the
hope
code
they
names.
are.
They're like the working names.
Well, like in Rainbow Six
Airplane.
3 on Xbox, it was like warehouse, garage.
Building,
Yeah. yeah.
bathroom,
street.
toilet,
Like, I hope those are the map names. I think that'd be funny.
Duke Nukem's house. All right, that was a epic discussion.
Epic.
Let's talk a little Halo
Transitioning to
5.
yeah.
Oh yeah, this is such an interesting quote.
Halo 5's got a progressive resolution system, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Basically, 343 is they've got the game running at 1080 60, but it won't stay at 1080 60 when lots of crazy stuff goes on screen. So they're prioritizing frame rate, and they will dynamically drop the resolution when necessary, when the action gets crazy on screen with, a whole bunch of Prometheans, elites, whatever's going on, vehicles. And I think this is great that because even in Master Chief Collection, a collection of old games that were 1080 60, the frame rate would dip at crazy times. And I'm sure there are a million reasons for that, but with Halo 5, I love that it's going to stay smooth as long as it doesn't drop to like
If it
720 or lower.
If it drops below 720, that's going to be a problem. But I think it's going to go to like 960. It'll fluctuate from 1080 to like
I think
that
you're
900
right,
resolution.
Yeah. So I suspect that we won't even notice.
I hope not.
But I mean, this all sounds good to me.
Yeah, I mean, in a game like Halo, the frame rate's more important than the resolution, although if you can have both, that's ideal. In a big battle, you'll certainly notice, the human eye will notice a dip in frame rate long before it notices a dip in resolution.
Yeah. It does say frame rate will dip, not...
No, it says to keep the frame rate from dipping.
Got it. Okay. Prioritize frame rate and drop resolution. Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of anything like this before.
Yeah, I don't
think any other game has done it.
I don't know. I feel like it's maybe not. Maybe
Hold
it hasn't
60,
been done.
drop the resolution. No, it's always
go back up.
It's always the FPS that drops. You know?
Yeah, I know. Like,
I don't think anything's consciously designed though to do that. Like when you design a game, you kind of lock it as at a resolution, and then the frame rate is one of those things that can and does fluctuate.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gone in from a design perspective and been like, what if we did it purposefully the other way around, where we recognize the frame rate's the most important here and we'll let the resolution change on the fly.
I worry, like when you watch videos on your phone when you're out in public and sometimes it dips way down and gets all garbly. I hope it's not like that.
Oh, it won't be like
I hope
that.
it's not, well, it won't be the same, but I hope it's not noticeable like that is. Like, I can tell this is dipping.
If it's moving, again, the difference between 900p and 1080p to 98% of people out there is imperceivable. So I don't think that you're going to have to worry about that.
We'll see.
Yeah. Even at 720p.
Yeah.
The percentage goes down. Maybe it's like 80% of people don't recognize the difference between 720p.
I can now that I've been playing in 1080p for an extended period of time, I can definitely tell the difference.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people like us who spend a lot of time looking at games and stuff, like I've said it a million times, I can spot the difference between 24 frames a second and 30 frames a second with one eye closed from across the street. And there are people out there.
We're going to test that on next week's show, by the way.
There are people out there who, are very eagle-eyed and pixel peeping when it comes to that stuff, but I think for most people they don't care.
Did you guys watch the new 4 minutes of Halo 5 campaign footage?
No, I saw that
week?
today.
I didn't.
I missed it.
Did I miss it?
It was 2 days ago, but
I saw 3 seconds of it where he's sniping people.
I intentionally, I'm trying not to. I just want to play the campaign.
Yeah, right.
I want to save it all.
That's me with with Fallout, Mass Effect, and Halo.
Well,
I'm just
Fallout,
I'm
you don't have
good.
a choice. They're not showing you anything.
Oh yeah, right. Companies should do that. Let me be excited about your product.
That's IGN needs that kind of content
in
for our livelihood. What are you talking about?
Plus, in the modern marketplace, there's so many games out there. In order to get stuff to sell, you need to start drumming up the hype early. Unless you're Halos or
what
Fallouts
I mean is,
something.
don't do what Rainbow Six did and have so much footage out there that it's no longer exciting when a new piece comes.
It's a tough line to walk, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why the PR people, those folks, they have a really tough job. They really do. I mean, it's not one that I envy in the sense that it's you can. There's a razor's edge between,
too much
just
and too little.
Keeping that hype maxed and just going over the cliff and having people not care because it's overexposed.
It's really tough today too, because all those Fallout clips that NeoGAF put together on a Google Drive that you could just watch, and then they had to figure out how to get that stuff pulled down, just like crappy cell phone videos of Fallout 4. That's not how you want your game presented.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough.
That's why you come to IGN.
And then then you've got when your game gets delayed from October to December, like in the case of Rainbow Six, it sort of throws your whole plan out the window.
Marketing plan.
Well, now what do we do?
Yeah,
because we have a couple extra months than we hadn't counted on having, and we've already shown the stuff we wanted to show. In any case, that's why we try to parse through all the crap, to separate the wheat from the chaff here at IGN. And make sure we're putting forward the good stuff for you to see.
You know who's done a fantastic job? No Man's Sky. They had a big content push with us. It did really well with our audience, and then they just kind of go quiet. And then in a few months, I'm sure there'll be a trailer or something. They're handling it very well.
Yeah, and but not that I want to take credit away from them, but I wonder if that's almost a function of manpower in the sense that there's
like 5 people.
12 of them total.
Yeah.
There are like 12 people that are working on that game, and so they don't have time to do a whole big PR campaign. But it's working for them.
Yeah, definitely.
So like either we make this trailer or our ship flies.
Yeah, right.
Well, do you want 6 billion planets in the universe and no PR campaign, or 4
one
billion?
really hot trailer and you get to explore the moon?
Yeah.
In other Halo 5 news, curious what you guys think of this, particularly the Shark over there. Halo 5 will not have a voting or veto system when you're going into matchmaking. Shark, what do you say?
I'm kind of two minds on this. Like, I do like to have the ability to veto things like Assault or One Bomb or something like that, modes that I don't like.
Yeah. I don't like Bomb.
Yet at the same time,
It'll force you to experience
it forces you to kind of have like variety. So it's both good and bad. I think I'll just deal with it.
Here's how that's going to be. Oh, this map. Oh, let's just get through it.
'cause here's the thing
Can
is,
I
like,
back out? Yeah, I'll just bail and I'll restart the
And then
app.
you'll get your matchmaking penalty for bailing out.
When there
Will
was
you?
a voting,
Like if you're in between matches and you see the map and you bail.
343 has implemented that stuff in the past. I don't know if
That's
they are
if you
with
bail
Halo 5.
mid-match. If you see a map that you don't like, can you just bail and not get a penalty?
out of the lobby, I think you should be able to, because without a voting or a veto system, or with a voting and a
That's
veto
what's
system,
gonna
you generally
yeah.
got like Team Slayer or Team Slayer BRs over and over again on the pit.
Yeah.
Which,
if you
by the
don't
way,
have
the pit's
voting,
awesome.
that's what people will do. They'll see a map they don't like, they will bail.
Ooh.
Because that loading screen takes forever too.
Team Slayer on the pit again? No.
Is that Duke Nukem playing Halo?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
You haven't been here for this.
No.
For College Duke Nukem.
Oh, okay.
Our new, the new character, our new cast member on our show. He's polite. He lives in the dorm. It's Duke in his college years before he gets all roided out and becomes an action hero.
I don't appreciate this design decision.
This sounds hilarious. I want to make that.
I think a couple weeks ago, College Duke was he was lining up for Deus Ex.
Okay.
When we were talking about the horrible Deus Ex pre-order campaign, and we had to break it to College Duke that it was actually coming out 4 days early because of the dumb marketing campaign.
Oh, yeah.
And he was still in line.
But he was really nice to everybody.
He was super nice
I
about
wish you
it.
could
Yeah.
see how excited I am about this character. Like, it's just filling my head with great ideas for like little short films about College Duke Nukem.
He's great. He's a good dude. You should get to know him.
women.
I'm something of a feminist.
I love this. This is so good.
I'm holding the door open for you, not because I think you need that, because I know you're totally capable of that yourself, but because I just want to be a nice guy.
This is great.
I don't know where we're
We should
going.
probably run away from that before we get in trouble.
But yeah, what do you so yay? What do you think? Yay or nay? Ultimately on the map veto.
It's hard. Let's go with yay. This is a good thing.
I agree because
Nope, you're both wrong.
hold on. Let me give my defense, and then I'll let you chime in. But because I've seen it time and again with other Halo games where, there's two things that happen. One, there's just the general large population wants to play on the same 3 maps over and over, even if you don't. Sometimes you do, but the other part is that there's sort of almost a peer pressure mentality in those voting lobbies where something will get like a couple votes, and then maybe something else has 1 vote, and you'll just vote for the thing that already has votes because you want to be like with the in crowd, and you just want the match to start, so you just vote for that.
Yeah.
So there's sort of this like snowball effect that I always see in those voting situations. So I'm glad. I mean, it's of course contingent on Halo 5 having a bunch of good maps.
Yeah.
Because if it has a bunch of crap maps that we can't skip through, then it's gonna be just like, oh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'm nay, and the reason is because here's what's going to happen. People are going to get a map that they don't like, and it's so easy to close a game on Xbox. You go to dashboard, start, quit. You're out. You go back in. Also, the loading screens take so long, you're not really going to feel like you're losing anything by going to the title. You're just skipping a loading screen for a map you really don't want. Like if it's a map you hate, you're going to bail every time. Destiny, this happens in Destiny right now, and they're kind of fixing it because there is a reward system for staying in the Vanguard playlist now, the Strike playlist, the multiplayer playlist. Halo needs something like that, give you an incentive to stay in. Otherwise, what's going to happen is a bunch of maps are going to start, half the team's going to be there, and the other team's going to be like one person, and it's going to be a crappy experience for everybody.
There won't be an incentive, but there will be a deterrent. Like 343 has implemented, like Ryan said in the past. Like if you bail, you get like.
If you bail mid-match, or if you're losing, you get put into like the dunce squad. But if you see a little picture, of a map you hate, and you bail out, you're probably not going to get penalized for just quitting after a game has ended.
Well, all right. Here's what I'd like to see. I'm not a game designer, so this is probably a bad idea in some capacity. It's probably nothing that 343 or anybody else hasn't thought through. But because I like what you're saying about rewarding the staying in, which Bungie's done, rather than just
like
the
maybe an
sheer
XP
penalty
boost or something.
Here's what. So I'd like to see the both. I'd like to see the penalty for quitting out. Maybe if you quit out 3 times in a span of 15 minutes, you get a 5-minute matchmaking ban where you just like, okay, well, you can't go back into the matchmaking for 5 minutes. But then how about also
lenient?
All right, drop the hammer. I'm all for it.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I'm just comparing it to Counter-Strike. If you abandon a match, if you abandon mid-match in Counter-Strike, you get a 24-hour ban, and if you do it twice, you get a 7-day ban.
Good God, man!
They'll ban you for a week.
Well, that's
Don't abandon competitive matches.
So how do you
Halo's
ever get...
way more. Not
That's
nearly
what I
as
said,
hardcore.
lenient.
But hold on.
You play through a match, the match ends. How can you ever leave multiplayer if you get punished at all times?
No, but just
No.
during like the load in, like if you're loading into the match.
And then,
or something
so
like that.
part 2 would be like, okay, so what I said, and then how about also rewarding you the longer you stay in a match? Like, so you get a little XP bonus for just starting the match.
Yeah.
Then maybe after 3
50%.
minutes, 50% of the, whether it's the flag objective or the kill count, you get another XP bonus, and then at the end of the match, you get, like, if you stay all the
match
way,
completion bonus.
yeah, a match completion.
And then
bonus.
the longer you stay in, the better the rewards. Like you'll hit
I'm
a
all
cap
for that.
eventually, but
yeah, I'm all for that. Why not come? I mean,
Yeah, that's
again,
cool, man.
yeah.
I would love that.
IGN, the first-person shooter. These are going to be the rules when we make our
Armchair
game.
designers.
Yeah.
Shh, don't listen to us. We don't know what we're talking about.
Moment of air. Dead air.
I'm sorry. I got to
all right.
write this. I don't have Mitch here to.
I like
to
lists.
Take, to
I
take
like
the notes
lists
down.
of tens. I don't know. I got nothing.
You got nothing. That is-
Destin.
I need my In-N-Out lunch.
all right. Yeah, we're gonna go meet an Unlocked fan for In-N-Out lunch today.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's awesome. Andreas, he's coming over from Germany. He's here from Germany, and he's
Oh,
like,
wow.
I want to go to In-N-Out with you guys because he's never obviously met us or been to In-N-Out.
I hope he likes it.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
You can't not
We're
like
gonna
it.
like
You
it.
can't exactly.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't not like it.
It's still my favorite burger chain. I haven't had a Five Guys burger that beats it. Or not Five Guys. Shake Shack. Sorry.
Have you said you have not been to Shake Shack?
I've had Shake Shack
You have.
twice.
Yeah.
Still not better than In-N-Out.
I agree.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That
was an old podcast.
Yeah,
topic,
save it
but
for our burger show
Yeah.
that we haven't started yet.
Pilot incoming.
Yeah.
Top 10 games of August. Console-wise, PS4 was number 1, Xbox One was number 2, as it's generally been for most of the last 2 years.
You mean sales?
Sales-wise,
Yeah.
yeah. But games-wise, some interesting stuff in the top 10 this month. Madden, number 1. That's not a surprise. Minecraft at number 2. Not a surprise. But here we go. Gears of War Ultimate, the number 3 selling game for August. And remember, it came out at the very end of August.
HD remakes don't sell. What are you talking about?
And-
this is clearly an error.
The other part of this that sort of makes it better is the NPD top 10 sorts by cumulative skew, meaning the Madden being number 1, it's counting all 4 platforms that it's
Wow.
on. Minecraft is counting all 4 platforms that it's on.
Well, wait. Does Minecraft include PC sales?
No.
Okay.
PC digital, yeah, it's
Got it.
not included in NPD, but Gears Ultimate being only on Xbox outsold the number 4 game, Grand Theft Auto 5,
Wow.
across 5 platforms.
Also, Grand Theft Auto 5 is still on the top 10 list.
Do you remember how long?
How long ago did that game come out?
Do you?
More
2
than a
years.
year.
2 years.
2 years ago.
Really? Oh, wow.
Last gen
That's
version was
crazy,
2
right?
years ago.
Last gen 2 years ago. This gen 6 months ago. Still in the top 10.
Almost a year now. It was
A year?
November
God.
for the
Time
Xbox One,
flies.
PS4.
What did
It
they
was
do
6
with their
months ago,
money? What did they do with all their money?
Scrooge McDuckett.
PC version was about 6 months ago. It was back in
Okay,
April.
got it.
So yeah, Gears doing just buy it on a single with only one console to sell on, doing very well. Lego Jurassic World after GTA 5, the number 6. 1, 2, 3. No, that's Lego. That's number 5. Number 6, Rare Replay.
Happy to see this one on
Yeah,
the list.
that's
I was a little worried because it's a bunch of old games, but very happy to see that Rare Replay
And it
has a
was
spot.
it's a great deal. It's only $30, and it's a bunch of just classic stuff. I've actually seen Major Nelson's been tweeting out a bunch of stuff lately. I guess various retailers have been having it on sale for $20 this week.
Wow.
Which is
That's
just
a good
like,
deal.
yep, can't say no to that.
I played it a little bit. I really wish that they just let you watch all the videos because I want to watch all the behind the scenes stuff about working
Yeah.
at Rare and everything. But you have to play like a ton of their games to unlock
you
them.
have to play a video game.
You have to play for like a week. Like
Some of those
you have to put
games
in
are not
a lot
good.
of
Let's
hours.
be real.
Some of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're there for historical
Yeah,
context.
significance.
They're not. My point is, it's not easy to unlock those
Right.
videos. Yeah.
Until Dawn on PS4 at number 7. That was out at the end of the month too, so that's good to see. That's I like that game. I need to play more of it.
Yeah, it's nice to see a horror.
Yeah, and then Call of Duty Black Ops Combo Pack,
What?
which is Black Ops 1 and 2, is the number 8 selling game for August. You can tell that is a precursor for some big Black Ops 3 numbers that are coming.
Oh my.
If people are still buying Black Ops 1 and 2, Black Ops 3 is going to be big.
Are you sure digital's not included with this? It has to be.
Digital is not included with NPD.
So this is retail sales of
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Yep.
Wow.
So not even digital Minecraft.
That's crazy.
Blown my mind.
And then Arkham Knight and Advanced Warfare. So, but, nothing, no big surprises there. But just good to see some single platform, Xbox One exclusives. The 2 August Xbox One exclusives cracking the list.
Yeah.
That is really great to see. Gears of War 1, still super fun. And it's been, I don't think I'm going to finish it again, but it was fun to dive back into for a little while. And it's good to have that multiplayer back in action as well on dedicated servers, no less. And then Rare Replay. That's the one that's a big surprise. I didn't think
It's a happy surprise.
it's a great surprise. I didn't think that would hit the charts.
Hey, Rare, look, you can still make cool games and get a lot of money for them.
Dude, Sea of Thieves looks so good.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that game.
I hope that's on a list too.
Well, whenever it comes
like
out.
a sales list so that they can keep making new stuff,
Yeah, indeed. All right. This one's up Destin's alley.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 is the latest game out of
That I'm crazy
much-
excited for.
Yeah, well,
You're not the only one.
Yeah, lots.
few people maybe a little excited for Fallout.
You think?
It's getting a season pass, not a surprise. Quote, according to Bethesda, to reward our most loyal fans, this time we'll be offering a season pass that will get you all of the Fallout 4 DLC we ever do for just $30.
Can I comment about that phrasing really
Go
quick?
ahead, let's start there because we're not done.
Okay, so I think they're very smart about phrasing it that way because if they listed what you got in the season pass, then people would be like, oh, this isn't a good value, blah, blah, blah. But they're like, anything we ever do, it's going to be $30. We're not even going to tell you what it is, but it's going to be great.
That's It's interesting you say that because I have the exact opposite.
You think it's bad.
Yeah.
With Batman, they kind of said what was coming, and
Well, initially they
Batman,
didn't.
The Batman DLC kind of sucked.
Well, here's the rest of the quote. Since we're still hard at work on the game, we don't know what the actual DLC will be yet, but it will start coming early next year. Based on what we did for Oblivion, Fallout 3, and Skyrim, we know that it will be worth at least $40, and if we do more, you'll get it all with the season pass. So I think that's terrible, just like Batman was. I mean, as much as...
All I said is I think they're smart with their phrasing. I didn't say this is consumer good or anything like that, to clarify
Yes.
where I'm at with this statement.
But this is just... First of all, I think that's probably a gentle lie. If they plan on releasing their first DLC early next year, that's like 4 months from now. They probably know what it is. They've got an outline for what that DLC is going to be, or at least some of it. And number two, I just hate this trend again. There was the huge public outcry for Batman because
it was bad.
This is the same thing. It's Bethesda saying, "Hey, trust us. Trust us. The season pass will totally be worth it. Just go ahead and give us your non-refundable $30 now. We don't even know what it's going to be, but it'll be worth it. Trust us. See, look at our old games." It's like, well, yes, you do have a track record, but I want to know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I hate this trend. If you're going to do it, and I get that there's a fine line to walk, because if you detail what's in it, you do get people like, well, why isn't, if you're listing me all this stuff, why isn't it in the full game? I think it's just all in the timing.
So
it's all in the timing. Wait until like the game is out, or like right about to come out, or has just come out, and then be like, hey, by the way, we've got a season pass. We're going to do a bunch more stuff. Here's what it is.
Here's what it is for now. More is coming.
Yeah, now that we've finished the game, we want to do our extra ideas are this. We think it'll be $40 worth of stuff. We'd like $30 for the pass. But the timing and the context, I think, is gross. I hate it.
I may be naive, as we discovered last episode when I believed your fake amusement park rides, but I trust Bethesda because of what they did with Fallout 3. That DLC was phenomenal. I would happily pay $30 for that DLC today. I'm sure they're going to treat Fallout 4 with the same care and respect.
And I don't
same
doubt
thing
that.
with Skyrim. They did a great job with the Skyrim DLC.
Yeah.
They're going to do great with Fallout 4. So I'm not worried about this company.
Right.
Warner, I kind of want to know what you're putting up front before I give you my money.
I don't disagree with you at all. You're right. I think they do have the track record. They have shown that they do a lot of quality content. But it's just, again, I just don't like it's. Have they earned trust?
Can we
Yes.
even give them our money yet? There's nowhere, like, we
I don't
have
think
the
it's
game.
officially on sale
It's
yet.
going to be like when the game comes out. So by then, I think we're going to have some inkling. Where's this quote from? Do you know? Is this from an
Bethesda
interview?
blog. Straight.
Okay.
There wasn't a name on it like Pete Hines or Todd Howard or anything, but Bethesda wrote that.
Why would they even address this right now? What is there at play here?
My guess, tell me what you guys think, but my guess would be they know they've got people that have pre-ordered Fallout. They have money ready for Fallout. They probably want to try and get those same people in their heads to go, I need to set aside another $30 of my gaming budget instead of, say, buying Battlefront or something else. Like, I think they're trying to get people to reserve the money in their heads before they actually put it on sale. So I think that's probably where the timing of this comes from, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
That's all I do here.
What platform are you guys going to play on?
Xbox One.
Yeah, I have I have this nice new PC, but
I'm tempted for PC.
I don't know. I mean, the Xbox is easier, and it would be nice to get some achievements, but I could just put it into big picture mode with an Xbox controller on the couch on my PC. So probably just one of those two, either Xbox or PC. I don't know. I'll decide later.
So we have a press account, so I can play on PC if I want. I have it pre-ordered on Xbox One, though.
Yeah.
And PS4, but I'm going to sell that. I pre-ordered every platform. The super rare one, as soon as it was announced, I pre-ordered all of them.
Oh, the Pip-Boy thing?
And I'm like, this thing is going to go. Because I have one of the Fallout 3 ones. So, yeah, I pre-ordered 3. I'm one of those guys. Sorry.
Well, I'm glad you're doing it, because that means I'll get to see the Pip-Boy, because I'm sure as hell not spending the money on it.
Yeah, I'm a big Fallout fan. I have a viewfinder from E3 that goes for $400 or something on eBay when it sells. But I'm keeping that.
So when you quit working here,
I'm going to sell all my Fallout nerdy stuff. Yeah. Huge Fallout fan. I like all the collectible stuff. So, yeah, I definitely went for it.
But wait, don't you have a 6 Plus? An iPhone 6 Plus?
Not worried about that. I just want the thing. I'm
not
going to walk around wearing it.
It's not compatible.
Yeah,
the thing, the Pip-Boy wrist thing's not compatible with the 6 Plus.
The first week I will, Sean. Give me some credit. Yeah.
Are you going to trade in your 6 Plus for a 6 just so you can use the Pip-Boy?
Yeah, maybe. I think it's like Is it 6 and below size?
Well, yeah. I think obviously
I'll
the
just
6S.
I'll just
now.
cram my 6 Plus in there and call it a day. I'll make it work. Yeah.
I chopped off 2 inches of my 6 Plus so that it would fit. Oh man. So yeah, vote with your wallets, folks.
Yep.
That's always
Do what Sean Finnegan does.
Chomp.
Don't buy DLC. Ever.
Sean Finnegan referring to himself in the third person.
Yep.
Don't buy DLC ever. Get the Taken King out today.
Different, but that's what I mean. Is like I don't pre-order stuff. Like I hate the idea of the season pass being released before the game is even
Yeah.
released. I mean, being announced before the game is even released. I hate the idea that somewhere someone consciously made the decision, we're going to make this as the game, we're going to charge this price, and then we're going to make extra content that we're developing at the same time.
You ever
That's
do
going
a-
to be an extra price.
You ever do a
cost.
Kickstarter or a Patreon?
Have I?
Yeah.
No. Why?
Okay. I was going to say, that's kind of like the same territory, like the whole Shamu Kickstarter thing. You're pretty much paying for something.
That was BS too. I hated that too.
Oh,
A
the
lot of
Shenmue
people
thing?
don't like
Yeah.
that either.
I
you
didn't
know,
like that either.
putting, hey,
Sega-
here's my money.
Sony,
See it in a few
fund the
years.
damn game.
It felt really weird to
So
see Kickstarter in
terrible.
the middle of an E3 press conference
Yeah.
at one
Anyway.
point, and then
Yeah, that's
beyond
an
that,
aside.
I think this is a whole separate topic.
And we're on the wrong show.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
cover that on Beyond.
Uh-huh.
All right, so yeah,
I'm really excited about this next story.
take it away.
Okay, so the new Xbox One Experience dashboard is coming in November, and it looks like what I've been asking for since like launch.
And what is that, Destin?
Just a better dashboard, one that
What does
makes
that mean?
sense. It's slick. It's like you got to actually try it out, right? Why don't
I
you
didn't
tell
actually-
us about it?
I didn't actually have the controller in my hand. I had Mike Ibarra, who runs one of the platform teams at Microsoft. This is like his baby, basically.
Yeah.
He ran me through it at
All
at
I've seen is
E3.
the trailer, and I'm just like, oh, thank God. You know,
The trailer actually doesn't really do it justice because it's all like
Tell us about it, Ryan.
cuts and I did like
Yeah.
months ago on the show.
Well, why is it
Were
going to
you
be
listening?
great? Why is it going to be great?
You were on the show.
I know.
No, it's what you're saying though. It's quick and it stays out of the way. It's fast and it's minimal. Those are the two best things I can say about
which
it.
is what all OSs should be.
Bingo. I'm with you. Yeah, that's
don't know.
all I want from my operating systems is stability, speed, and minimalism.
I really hope this one addresses all those problems. My dashboard right now chugs all the time, and I don't know what to do about it.
The most annoying bit for me, and I don't know if this is an actual OS problem or what, but usually when I turn my controller on,
Yeah.
and it syncs, there's like a little delay when it first
Starts
it's
up.
on, but then I'm like trying to scroll
And then-
somewhere,
then-
and then it scrolls like four
Yeah.
things over. So it kind of like it burps basically.
Yeah.
That annoys me.
Yeah, it annoys me too. I hope this addresses that problem.
But
That's why I'm really excited for this. I'm also in the early adopter thing, so
Preview
I
program.
might get it a little early, but I haven't been doing feedback or anything, so I don't know if I will. I hope I do.
What the thing Microsoft said. So it's starting like any day now.
Yeah.
It's going to start. The preview version is going to start rolling out to preview members, but only. It's a very carefully selected pool of preview program members.
People that have been active in the community, basically
Exactly
sending
correct.
feedback, helping them improve the experience.
Exactly correct.
I'm on Unlocked. I say stuff on the
Yeah.
biggest Xbox podcast. Hook me up, Microsoft. Hook us all up. Actually,
Don't worry about it. I'm sure they'll kindly get you in if you
Destin L
want
on Xbox Live.
You're making it extra
Just in
easy for
case,
'em.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. We in all seriousness, we will have it running on our at least one machine here,
I can't wait to see how it works.
and we'll be doing video walkthroughs, commentaries. We'll definitely have coverage if you don't get it yourself. If
I
you're
did
not-
the first one launch day. I did show people how to use the Kinect and like what it was like
That
and
was
how
a
to
great
use the
video.
voice commands. Yeah, it actually came out well. I was losing my mind though because I had to do it in the middle of the office.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I remember that.
Xbox Skype Fran. Xbox Skype, like 2 hours of that. I was so frustrated. Don't do it in a noisy area is the moral of that story.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. The Xbox One is getting some sorely needed reinforcements in a genre that it is very much lacking in, and that is the JRPG.
Ooh.
2 new JRPGs are on the way as exclusive, well, new gen exclusives. First game is called Stranger of Sword City. It was originally released on the 360 PC and Vita. It's a dungeon crawler, and apparently this is kind of a remake. It'll have new content, new character design, and a new art style. So
Cool.
not new, totally new, but kind of new.
New coat of paint.
Yeah, and some other stuff. And then, so that's expected out in the first quarter of next year, between January and March. And then the second game, it is, the working title is Students of the Round 2, which I love that working title. And it's not coming out till April, sometime in basically the fiscal year after. April 2016 to March 2017, somewhere in that giant window. But it is it's a tactical RPG that mixes Shining Force and Fire Emblem.
Oh.
So this is all good. I mean, the Xbox One, we obviously remember very well the 360 made a huge push in the JRPG department,
Yeah.
and it's still, nothing worked for Xbox in Japan. But at least for North American JRPG fans, we got Blue Dragon, we got Lost Odyssey, we got Tales of Vesperia, we got Eternal Sonata, we got Nier, we got. There were a bunch of
Lost Odyssey.
said that one.
Oh,
That was one of the most popular ones.
I like that game.
This Walker's game.
Came on 4
Sakaguchi.
discs.
Yeah, DVDs. That was so we got some decent JRPGs on 360, but they're really practically none on Xbox One so far.
Yeah, JRPGs, unfortunately, I think have there was a time when JRPGs were all there were in games. Like that's what people played.
That was
and-
the dominant genre, really,
Yeah,
or
now-
a dominant, like platformers and
yeah,
JRPGs.
Exactly. Yeah, and now
And maybe racing games.
Yeah, and now I would very much call them a niche, especially here in the West.
Yeah.
So
Like
what's,
you get Colin Moriarty, who loves them, and that's about it.
what's Final Fantasy now? Like it's been.
It's still a JRPG, but
Yeah.
they're not releasing every, there's one of those every, 2-3 years?
I would just love Final Fantasy 14 on Xbox also.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
It's by all accounts, such a fantastic MMO.
It's something about Sony and Microsoft not willing to have because
Final Fantasy 11 was on 360.
correct. So I don't know why it's not on next gen platforms. But Square said they're like we'd love to have it on Xbox, but for some reason they don't want to do it this time.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's because PlayStation players would be able to play with Xbox players in the same world.
We did that on Final Fantasy 11. Everybody it
Well,
worked out fine.
Back then, I think it was a little bit more lenient with the online. It was new on
guess.
PlayStation 2.
Well, Yeah. The only downside to Final Fantasy 11 on the 360 was it basically.
I played on PS2. I
Okay,
bought a
so
keyboard and
I
mouse.
played it on
and,
360.
Yeah.
It basically violated. Microsoft allowed them to violate every rule of
Yeah.
Xbox Live. It bypassed everything. It was Square's own
play online.
server system.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was all Square, and it made it. I remember we had a beta. We had the beta on OXM. It was a second disc. That was a huge get for us. And we would get emails months later after the beta had ended. You couldn't, people had either thrown their disc away or whatever. You needed the disc to uninstall all that play online stuff.
Oh my god.
Oh wow!
It was just
That's when file management was actually
Well, you had
important.
because you had 13 usable
Yeah.
gigabytes of space on your 20 gig Xbox 360
man.
hard drive.
Yeah.
But I have to imagine that if Microsoft allowed it now, or if it were to be on Xbox One now,
Well, now it'd just be an app you download and manage.
right?
know.
But it wouldn't Play Online would probably. I don't even know how the game works, but
It's similar.
it's similar.
Yeah.
I don't know if Microsoft would be quite so lenient this time.
It's not like it was in Final Fantasy 11. It's way more streamlined, but you still manage all your account stuff on a website versus, on the thing. And it
Right.
still remembers that I played Final Fantasy 11. How long did you play? What level did you hit?
Just a lot of the beta, and when I didn't play the final version when it came out, but I did really enjoy the beta.
Yeah.
I was on with a couple buddies of mine, and I had a good time with it.
I played a monk. I hit 28-12. That's about where I get in MMOs,
Yeah.
in the mid-20s, and then I'd start a subclass. Then I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But man, 14 is so good. Sorry, I kind of went on a tangent.
No,
I
it's
just
fine.
really like that one.
There's been fans have been calling for FF14 to come out on Xbox One for a while, so
It's really good.
I'm happy to help amplify that on this show, because why is it? Maybe let's see if we can dig into that. Let's
Maybe
set,
it's Microsoft's side. It's either Microsoft or Square.
Let's set Mitch loose on that when he gets back. Actually, I should set him loose on it now while he's in Japan.
Yeah, right.
Like, dude, find out.
Yeah, go put the pressure on Square.
Go get some off the record comments on what the deal is, and then let's see if we can figure it out. But you would think, I mean, there's money to be made for Square, right? And you'd think there's money to be made for Microsoft, but there's got to be some politics.
Yeah.
It's always what ruins everything.
What else we got today?
Not ruined is GTA
yeah.
Online. Stole your thunder, Destin. Have some of that. How you like them apples?
I'm just waiting for those In-N-Out apples.
They don't serve apples there, Destin.
I guess I'll have to get a double-double with light onions.
Well, I guess.
I didn't eat breakfast this morning.
As a consolation
Neither
prize.
did I. I'm
Yeah.
so hungry.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so...
GTA Online, they revamped free mode, which is awesome.
Hey, they made it better.
GTA Online is completely unrecognizable from what it was the day it launched, when it was kind of broken, not working super well. Now, you've got all these free updates. Everything they've done for GTA Online has been free.
Yeah.
Vehicles, game modes,
It's
activities, the heists, and now...
Oh, the heists were so fun.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Free mode events, which eliminate lobbies. You no longer have to go into lobbies in
Does
GTA
it
Online.
eliminate them? Like, are they still there as an option, or are they gone now?
I haven't played because it just came out yesterday.
Okay.
So I haven't hopped on, but what this is every 12 minutes in the open, if you're in free mode, every 12 minutes a new free mode event will start with a countdown clock on the HUD alerting players to how much longer they have until it starts. So if you miss it or just decide, forget it, I don't want to do that, you just catch the next one and just keep doing whatever you want. But if you want to, like, everybody can sync up at that one point with there's no lobbies, no like waiting for everybody to ready up. This is fantastic.
This is like public events in Destiny, except they tell you, hey, this is going to happen if you want to check it out.
Exactly right. And you got to remember that one day, many years from now, GTA 6 will come out.
Yeah.
And it's going to have this.
Or Red Dead 2, please make it happen.
You can take, because they said GTA Online is its own entity. It's almost certainly going to be a part of GTA 6 one day.
Oh, of course.
Maybe hopefully with like GTA 6, they'll like
we had it in 4.
Add another city or something.
We had it in 4. We had it in 5. It's not there in 6. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
But just think, this is going to keep evolving and be there for years.
Yeah.
With all these additions. This is great. And let me just add a few more details. Over 200 variants of free mode events will be available at launch, including cooperative battles, individual live stunt challenges, free-for-all King of the Hill modes, and challenges tasking you to break speed limits and deal as much damage as possible within a time limit. So they're just adding new activities and mini-games and things to this. I love GTA so much.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's an example of a dev that is doing everything right, basically all the time.
They're still on the top 10 MPD.
Yeah.
Well, but you know what?
It doesn't cost the consumer a dime. That's so awesome.
It's this vicious cycle, though, isn't it? Where they have unlimited money and unlimited resources, unlimited time to just develop this incredible stuff, and they don't charge a dime for it because their core product is so good that 50 million people buy it and enable this, all this cool stuff for free, and all this cool stuff for free engenders goodwill, and then people buy GTA 6 because they're super happy, and it just feeds itself. It's
or
like
Red Dead Redemption 2.
This is actually...
Well, hopefully.
Which I hope they
or
make.
You could Red Dead Revolver 3, depending on how you want to...
Yeah.
I don't know where...
That'd be a twist.
What they would do if they... Red Dead's got to be coming at some point.
I hope so.
How could it not be?
LA no.
Well, that studio closed.
Yeah.
But yeah. So more GTA is up now. The free mode events, no more lobbies. Give it a try if you haven't been on GTA Online in a while. Try the heist too, for the love of God.
Oh, do
good.
them.
Grab 3 friends, play the heists. I actually need to finish. I haven't played all of them yet.
Oh, dude, they're so fun.
We need to do it.
Yeah.
Last up, who's we covered a little Battlefront earlier. Who wants some beer? Raise your hand if you want beer.
Sure.
I always want beer.
Yeah.
Well,
But I'm not going to
Yeah.
get it out of a little Star Wars Carbonite Han Solo fridge thing.
You're not?
Nope. So Walmart is offering a deluxe edition of the Star Wars Battlefront game for $130, and it includes a copy of the game. Good. And a Han
Can you
Solo
wear that on your
encased
arm though?
in Carbonite mini fridge. A Han Solo encased in Carbonite mini fridge.
Basically a $70 mini fridge, which isn't bad, really.
I'm gonna steal this
I
joke
mean-
from Frank. Can you fit a lot of carbonated soda in there?
Oh my God.
That's a
It's not
Frank
even-
joke.
Not even good or funny or smart.
It's not even my
It's
joke. I
just bad.
stole it. I like puns, okay?
It holds 6 12-ounce cans, has a handle, and a removable shelf.
So, you can organize your mini fridge.
At what
but
point-
the front of it's cool. It's Han Solo popping out.
It looks really good.
It looks.
Yeah.
I mean,
and like the whole thing's designed like it's
at
a
least-
bigger piece of carbonite. So, yeah.
I question.
Frank
I don't know,
Knight
that's
is
so-
going to buy this thing.
That's so tacky.
good. I hope we can
Like,
unbox it.
Yeah, somebody in the office will buy this. We have
Like,
a bunch
I'm a-
of Star
We have a
Wars
bunch of
super
nutcases
fans.
here.
Yeah,
I'm a
Work
huge.
here.
Oh, yeah. Did you guys see when they revealed BB-8? We had grown 40-year-old men wigging out about
Yeah.
this little ball that rolls around on the ground. I love Star Wars.
BB-8's
but I'm
pretty
like,
cool, Sean.
Okay, yeah, he is in
Uh-huh.
the movie. Maybe like you could. There's no way anyone in the world, Han Solo himself, not Harrison Ford, the character, could come up to me and be like, "This is really cool. It's $150," and I'd be like, "You're an idiot."
Oh yeah.
Because
Can you lend me some space bucks?
Yeah, like there's no way. It's beyond me that anyone would buy the BB-8 for $150, and it's beyond me that anyone would
It's
pay
this big.
$130.
It's like this.
Yeah,
It's tiny.
and it's basically a repurposed Sphero, which already exists. We did an episode of it on
Sphero
Chico
sounds
Crazy that does it.
stupid.
Yeah, BB-8's much cooler.
He is. He's adorable and he makes cute noises.
Oh
I
my
kind of
God.
want one.
Oh my
and there's a
God.
bigger one that's a little more expensive.
Like soccer ball size.
Yeah.
No,
So-
there
No,
isn't.
not. No, there's two versions. I think there's
I
the
thought
smaller
I thought
one
the
and then a
bigger
little bigger
was,
one.
Like they didn't make it because it would have been thousands of dollars.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought there
Like
were two versions.
I just wonder because I'm a
Frank would
huge,
know.
I'm a big Star Wars guy. I love the
Yeah.
movies, but I love the movies. I'm not like, and even if I do love the game, which I'm still kind of on the fence about the
Mm-hmm.
game, I wouldn't pay $130 for a mini fridge, like a game in the mini
I
fridge.
would. I need that fridge for the
Like
dorm room.
I would worry about people coming into my dorm room and seeing that and being like, "Did you buy that?" I'd be like, "No, it was given to me as a gift." Like I'd be embarrassed of it. Like, aren't people embarrassed? That's my big question: is aren't people embarrassed?
What does your
by this
apartment
stuff?
look like, Sean?
It
What do
has
you have?
gr- Like it, all of my.
Do you have a Scarface poster?
I don't have a Scarface poster, but I do have a Touch of Evil poster.
Okay.
I have big movie posters. That's
Yeah.
like the main thing that I collect and display. I have a bunch of like cool statues and stuff. I'm a big statue guy because I love the craftsmanship, and like I have a Batman statue and like a Harley one and a
I
Master
keep my
Chief
weed
one.
in that mini fridge. in the dorm, baby. You put
Duke
your
Nukem,
weed in
I
it.
love it. But yeah, I mean, a mini fridge. Come on, how more tacky can you get? A
Yeah.
Star Wars mini fridge.
It's
Like,
for at work.
It's
Tell
the-
me 10 years from now you're not going to regret that.
Oh, you will.
Ugh.
I wouldn't buy this.
Even
It's
a
the
year from
perfect
now, you're
dorm
going to
room
regret
accessory.
that. Oh my gosh. Although nowadays, I guess it's way more forgivable. Like when I was in college, like you'd be ostracized for having something like that. Girls would never come to your room.
Well, if
nowadays,
you-
I guess
if
that's
you
cool.
had
It's
just
cool.
a,
What
if
are you
you
talking
had
about?
just a mini fridge, you'd be fine. But a Han Solo one with carbonite, no. What if she was a huge Star Wars nut, though?
Yeah, because
Then you're in.
There's so many of those women coming to my dorm, like to drink beer in college.
If
Yeah.
you smoke enough weed in my dorm room, it looks like Han Solo's actually trying to get out of the fridge, baby. Help me, I'm Han Solo.
This is great.
Let's end the show. For
All right,
Yeah.
let's
God.
go. Marketplace
meetings
time.
Yeah,
to get
marketplace report. Destin Legary,
You're
Yes,
gonna have to do
sir.
it on your own because I have to walk out.
All right.
you're leaving?
I have to go to a meeting. I'm so late.
All right.
Do you want to
for it.
pick an answer to the quiz that you're going
Oh
to get
yeah,
wrong?
just write
Yeah.
down your
Yeah.
answer.
Where is this thing? Hold on, let me look.
Last page.
Am I supposed to be in a meeting?
Well,
I keep getting texts
you
throughout
can't
the
leave.
show. Oh, no, it's just about hanging out with friends.
Oh my god, I don't know. I have
Come
no
on, you
idea.
don't
I'm
have
just
any
gonna pick.
Those are spam texts.
That sounds like a fake game that I submitted.
All right,
So
thank
there you
you.
go.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Shark, have a good week, sir. Thank you for coming on. All right, Destin, let's take us
Got it.
home. What can we
Marketplace
spend our money
report.
on this week?
Forza Motorsport 6 won. Ryan McCaffrey really enjoyed this title. We also have a full review on IGN if you want more impressions.
Yeah, Forza 6, shocker, it's super good.
Yeah, Ryan likes the racing games.
Well, I like Forza. I like Forza and I like Burnout.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise,
enough.
I generally, I don't know, I have a hard time.
Need for Speed? No?
I don't know. Need for Speed hasn't grabbed me in a long time. I'll try the new one, but
Yeah.
I don't know. The live action stuff, I'm kind of
The
like...
new one, I'm not
I'm
sold on.
eye-rolling a little bit. I'm
Yeah.
not sure how that's going to go, but...
Moving on, Destiny the Taken King is out. It's $40 if you bought the other DLCs. Otherwise, I think you have to buy the other DLCs.
I know
to play
this
it.
release is shocking news to you. You had no
Yeah.
idea this was happening.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know it was on the way. It's very good. It's pretty fun. If you're new, you can jump to level 25 and just experience just the
Yeah,
DLC.
I seriously, I know I keep
Yeah.
saying it, but I do want to. I think I'm going to hop in,
Mm-hmm.
play for a while again with, and a big reason why I'm
Mm-hmm.
incentivized to do so is that boost to 25.
Yeah.
Because I'm 18 or 19 right now.
Everybody's writing about it right now and talking about it on Twitter. They're like, hey, this is good. Like, we're really enjoying it. So it's not just me being crazy. And like before the show, I'm like, I got to put this down. Like, I got to go do work. It's pretty good. NHL 16. That's a game. It's hockey.
Our review just went up. Actually, I need to look at it. Keep reading, and I want to see what we gave NHL this year.
Pro Evolution Soccer, another sports ball game that I don't know much about. It is out. That's the Pez from Konami.
Correct.
Right?
That's it. Yeah, the
that's
big
all I know
FIFA
about it.
competitor.
Yeah. In digital, we have Frozen Freefall Snowball Fight. It's free on Xbox One and 360. Gun World on Xbox One. The Xbox One edition is $2. It's an 8-bit sort of action
Can't
game.
beat
Yeah,
that.
that's kind of a good deal. Check it out. Overruled, $7.50. It is a multiplayer brawler. Ryan, did you figure out anything about NHL 16?
Working on it. Got it here. We gave NHL 16. Check out the full review. The old 7.8.
Oh, all right.
So I'll give you the quick summary. We liked the return of many modes. We liked tons of ways to play. We liked the on-ice trainer. We did not like unreliable online or the repetitive announcers. But of course, there's way more than that if you read the full review
Yeah.
or watch the full video review on IGN or YouTube.
Got a few more notes. September Games with Gold, The Deer God, and Tomb Raider Definitive Edition from 9/16 to 10/15 on
Which
Xbox
is now.
One.
That's finally happening.
Yeah, just get them both. They're free games. Just get them.
Why not?
On Xbox One, that's on Xbox One. On Xbox 360, Crysis 3 from 9/16 to 9/30. Get Crysis 3. Just play through the first few campaign missions at least.
As Mitch likes to say, all you got to do is initiate the download,
Yeah.
and then you own it forever.
Yeah,
So.
You own it forever, and you didn't spend any money like all those Steam games you haven't played yet.
Good stuff. All right, take a quick break, and then we'll do some trivia. The Shark wrote down his response before he left. You've got yours ready, and with no Mitch is in Japan, you've got a chance to tie for the lead for the Dookie, which I'll grab off the shelf here in a second. Be right back. All right, Destin in the commercial break has been racking his brain over the Unlock Block trivia this week.
I'm 1 point behind Mitch. This
You
could
are.
tie it up for first place.
This is huge. The Dookie,
Yeah.
which is the trophy right here. I'm holding it if you're watching on video. That is the trophy that is at stake. You will possess it for the entire year as a point of pride in 2016 should you finish in first place. And again, Mitch with 14 points on the year. You've got 13. Marty hanging around with 11 points. The Shark at 6. The Shark did play before he left. In fact, I've got his answer here. So Tim from Newcastle over in the UK sent in this question, which I thought was a good one. And as he notes, it's relevant to Forza Motorsport 6 releasing this week. So Tim asks, Tim says, Forza Motorsport was launched on the original Xbox, published by Microsoft Game Studios, of course, as it still is today. But which of these racing titles was not published by Microsoft on the original Xbox? So Microsoft published 3 of the 4 games I'm about to read to you.
just published, not developed.
Just published.
Yeah.
So
That's what's throwing me
name
off.
the one that was not published by Microsoft on the OG Xbox. Rally Sport Challenge, Quantum Redshift, Midtown Madness 3, or total immersion racing? So I've got the Sharks answer here. I'm going to wait for yours, Destin.
All right,
I
so-
did remember this. I did get this one right.
I'm really
It's a good
torn
question from
between
Tim.
Rally Sport Challenge or Midtown Madness. I think one of them were published by Sega and not Microsoft. No, wait. Original Xbox. Had Sega gone? Yeah, they had. All right.
Oh, yeah. Jet Set Radio.
yeah,
and-
okay. All right. I'm going to go Rally Sport A.
Okay.
Ah,
The Shark has gone with Midtown Madness at C.
yeah.
Are you your final answer locking in?
Yeah.
You doing it?
There's a lot of time left in the year.
Wait,
if
so
I don't
what
get
did,
it.
sorry, what did you say again?
I'm going with A.
You're going with Rally Sport.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Sega published. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, your golden opportunity, I am
This is bad.
telling you, you have not done it.
Ah.
You have not tied it.
Is it C?
It's D. Total immersion racing.
Good. So I was totally wrong.
You were completely
Yeah.
wrong in every way, shape, or
Good.
form. Rally Sport Challenge, developed by DICE,
Oh, wow.
published by Microsoft.
Got it.
EA bought DICE after that, and so that series went away. Quantum Redshift was this sort of one-off futuristic arcadey. You were in this like hover ship thing. It was a pretty good game actually. It was very
okay.
pretty as well. Microsoft did that. Midtown Madness was a long-running Microsoft racing series. There was Monster Truck Madness for a little while.
Yeah, that's
Midtown
so that's
Madness.
what I was gonna.
those-
For some reason, I thought that was Sega. I don't know
those
why.
were all Microsoft games.
Huh.
Total Immersion Racing. Actually, I don't remember who. He did. Tim didn't note it, and I forgot to look it up. But I want to say it might have even been Atari.
What was
But-
the racing game where somebody talks to you the whole time and it's like off-road?
Well, that's probably you're thinking of Rally Sport because that's what Rally Sport is.
okay.
That's what Rally Racing is.
I don't know why I made the Sega connection. That's weird.
Well, it's a fair guess because Sega has made a lot of very good racing games over the years, particularly back in these days.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Destin. Your
Oh, well.
golden opportunity to tie Mitch, you've blown it.
Oh well.
You've.
He'll
just-
probably be out jet lag next week. I'll be fine. Yeah.
So Tim wins a prize just for having his question chosen. I'll figure out what that prize
Congrats,
is. I've
Tim.
got a code for something somewhere laying around. If you would like to win, you'll of course get your question read on the air as well as some sort of Xbox-related prize, be it a download code for a game, a DLC pack for something, what have you. You can send your Xbox trivia question along with 4 multiple choice answers. Please note the correct one and send that to unlocked@ign.com.
Make next week's really easy.
Well, then, if it's super easy, you guys are on a level playing field.
No, Mitch is totally going to be out next week. You really think he'll be recovered from Tokyo
I don't
on
even
Tuesday?
know. I don't
Or
even know.
Wednesday?
I have no clue. So
I'm hoping.
you are now asking
It's review season. I bet he has a review.
you're asking our listeners to just throw you a softball.
Yeah, thanks.
I will purposely not choose a softball because I have
Darn
the
it.
final say. That's
Yeah.
the fun part.
Which developer wasn't involved with this Bungie game? That would be really tough. I don't know.
All right. We encourage you to sign up for IGN Prime if you have not done so already. That gets you an ad-free experience on IGN, both on the website and in front of videos. Helps keep the lights on here, helps keep us doing this show each and every week. You can sign up. It's $30 for a year, and the place to go is ign.com/prime. Destin, we have a bunch of podcast T-shirts as well.
Yes, we do. Go.ign.com/store. You can check out a bunch of shirts, including Unlocked and Fireteam Chat.
Yes.
If you're into the Destinies
Indeed.
and others.
Check those out. If you like my shirt, you can click on the link on my Twitter profile, and you can get yourself one of your own. This is the most popular one here.
Oh, really?
People have been very fond of this.
Cool. They're high-fiving. They're happy.
They're coexisting.
Aw.
It's PS4 and Xbox One, just broing it up.
Can we all just coexist?
That's exactly the point. And the answer for most of us is yes. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at DMC_Ryan. That is where said link to said T-shirt lives, as well as my other random thoughts throughout the week. We've got Assassin's Creed Syndicate is our IGN first for this month, rolling out all kinds of really good features all month. New mission reveal. We've had the video I screened yesterday that Denise cut about the 2 lead characters this time, Jacob and Evie. They're twins.
Yeah.
Shows off a lot of great new footage and really shows, oh, okay, these 2 look like the most interesting lead characters in an Assassin's Creed game probably since Ezio.
I think that game's going to be good.
I'm really being won over by it, I
Yeah.
gotta say. I've been pretty cold on Assassin's Creed, or at least just indifferent to it
Yeah.
for a while. Not not
Well,
negative
it's
towards it.
annualized, so
Yeah.
that happens.
But this one's looking really good. What else can I tell you? Forza Motorsport 6 review is up because the game's out. You probably already saw that last week. I feel like there's one thing I was missing, but oh well. Catch my Tesla podcast if you are into all
I forgot about that.
into all things Tesla. That is it's teslapodcast.libsyn libsyn.com, or just type Tesla into iTunes if you use iTunes.
The number
to get
one
podcast.
Tesla podcast.
It is. It is. There are only two. There are only two, and I'm beating the other guys. And I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
Destin?
Just follow me on Twitter at Destin Legary. Like I said earlier in the show, my machine's currently being switched over to a new machine. I've had the same computer for 4 years, and
That
it's
is a long
little,
time.
Getting a little old, so they're upgrading me finally, and yeah.
Will your edit times, your project times, be like significantly cut down?
Ideally.
Awesome.
The big thing it's doing, though, is I have basically unlimited storage using our new tape drive system.
Sweet.
So I never have to worry about capturing again, and I will always have access to all my footage forever.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, right?
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. For the dearly departed Shark Finnegan,
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
thank you. The absent Mitch Dyer. Hi in Japan, Mitch. The Wisconsin-bound
Ice fishing Marty.
Yeah, the ice fishing.
Yeah.
Hope you're catching a big one. And the ever-present Destin Legary.
Hi, everybody.
Let's go to In-N-Out, shall we?
Yeah, let's
go
go eat.
meet up with an unlocked fan.
Sounds good.
At In-N-Out. That's going to be a good time. I'm Ryan McCaffrey. This was the Palindromatic Podcast Unlocked, episode 212. We will be back this time next week.